starts right now.
The end of year is a time for reflection. We check back in with a local nurse who's traveled the nation taking care of COVID patients. Hear how the experience has changed her.
And places of worship are finding new ways to celebrate the holidays while keeping their members safe. We check in with the churches of Archdiocese on this Christmas Eve.
But first, an update to a shooting we've been following all day. It happened last night on the southwest side.
Family has identified the victim as 43-year-old music producer Tony Ruiz.
They tell us that he's recovering at University Hospital after being shot in the face in the 5300 block of Ghost Hawk. The night team's Garrett Berger talked with his twin brother about his recovery and hopes of catching the shooter.
This backyard recording studio is where Tony Ruiz spent a lot of his time as a music producer. It's also where he ended up getting shot last night.
The only thing I know is my brother had a last session.
Daniel Ruiz was in College Station with his kids when his sister called to tell him his twin brother Tony had been shot.
You know, we're twins. If you kill him, it's like you're taking half of my heart.
Not just brothers, they're also business partners, co-owners of Paranoid Records, with Daniel as the artist and Tony handling the production side. They run a studio in their mom's backyard.
Our studio is for young artists that are barely coming up, and we just help them out because when we were young, we got turned down when we were in the studio.
Daniel was able to see his brother in the hospital and talk some, with Tony writing to communicate.
I just know he said that somebody rushed in and they just shot him.
And though he was shot in the face, Ruiz says his twin is going to be okay.
The only thing that happened to him is his jaw got fractured and his tongue got grazed and knocked out some of his tooth.
Daniel Ruiz says he's not sure who the shooter is. Preliminary information from police say a quote-unquote dispute escalated, causing the suspect to shoot Tony Ruiz before running off. Daniel Ruiz says if people know something, they should let police know and let them handle it. As for the shooter, he hopes they turn themselves in.
Karma, it'll come back to you, and it'll come back worse.
Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
San Antonio police are still looking for two suspects accused of shooting and killing a man in an apartment complex this afternoon. The shooting happened just before 5 p.m. on O'Connor Road. Police say the victim and his girlfriend were staying at a friend's apartment when the two suspects showed up. The group got into an argument when the victim pulled out a gun. The suspects also pulled out a gun and shot the victim 2 times and then ran off. The victim died on scene. The 2 other people inside were not hurt.
The Bexar County Medical Examiner is working to identify one more victim from a wrong-way crash that claimed 2 lives. One victim has been identified as 33-year-old Jay Mejia. The fatal crashes happened this morning on Loop 410 on the south side of the highway, and police say that the suspect, who's been identified as 26-year-old Alejandro Rodriguez, was traveling on the wrong side of the road. To avoid the crash, the unidentified victim swerved but ended up crashing into the back of an 18-wheeler. Shortly after is when police say Rodriguez slammed head-on into Mejia's vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Rodriguez now facing 2 counts of intoxication manslaughter.
San Antonio police are looking for a second suspect involved in an aggravated robbery outside a Stone Oak shopping center. It happened October 18th in the parking lot of a shopping center in the 21,100 block of U.S. Highway 281 North near Evans Road. A 25-year-old man was shot at once while the 2 suspects allegedly robbed him. Police say a warrant is out for the female suspect. However, they need the public's help identifying this man. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. That number is 210-224-STOP.
A San Antonio registered nurse spent most of 2020 caring for COVID-19 patients. She worked in hospitals in New York, Houston, El Paso, and San Antonio. Well, tonight, she reflects on what it was like working on the front lines and how it's changed her life forever. Here's the night team's Tiffany Huertas.
We had 200, 300 patients all on ventilators at one time.
San Antonio registered nurse Shirley St. Louis spent 77 days in New York caring for COVID-19 patients.
For me, it was something out of a nightmare.
This year, St. Louis also worked in Houston, San Antonio, and El Paso.
If it continues in the way that it's been going, I just fear that, we're going to run out of nurses being able to help, if you may, because we're definitely drained.
St. Louis Lewis is currently working in a San Antonio hospital and says COVID-19 is still making people sick.
We're definitely being hit here because that's all I've been working with is COVID-19 patients that are on life support.
There are many things St. Louis learned this year.
I don't take the small things for granted anymore. I'm big on kindness, big on just being there for people, helping people out.
St. Louis says it's important we continue taking COVID-19 precautions.
Make sure that we're, wearing our masks and maintaining the 6 feet apart.
For now, she will stay working in San Antonio to be closer to her family.
Just trying to be around my girls as much as possible, and while doing so, while extending myself to San Antonio to help out as well.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Just another reminder, there are no updated COVID-19 numbers in Bexar County tonight, and the same goes for tomorrow. But be sure to watch KSAT News on Saturday evening for the latest numbers.
Right now, Texas is currently in phase 1A of distribution, which includes frontline healthcare workers and long-term care residents and staff. But who's eligible for the next phase? Phase 1B will prioritize Texans who are 65 and older and people 16 and up who have qualifying health conditions. A list of some of those conditions are on your screen, like those who battle cancer, type 2 diabetes, and pregnancy. Now, for more details on the phases, how to get the vaccine if you qualify, and more, head to KSAT.com.
For millions of struggling Americans, there is still no help for the holidays. President Trump has not yet formally rejected the COVID relief bill that passed in Congress, but he says that he won't sign it into law unless it includes more money in stimulus checks to most American households. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest from Washington.
On the eve of Christmas, President Trump golfs in Florida as the coronavirus economic relief bill hangs in the balance.
It really is a disgrace.
Trump's threat to reject the broad bipartisan agreement is in part because he says he wants those direct cash payments to most Americans upped from $600 to $2,000. But his opposition to the $900 billion emergency relief bill not only jeopardizes critical financial lifelines for millions of Americans, it could also trigger a government shutdown if he doesn't change his mind by next week. Families across the nation are hurting, and while many agree with the president that $600 isn't enough, if the president doesn't sign the deal, they get nothing.
These Band-Aids and these little stopgaps are not acceptable.
Tonight, the coronavirus itself is still spreading. Now, a devastating new prediction from health officials. A staggering 90,000 more Americans could die from COVID-19 in just the next 3 weeks.
Every day I look into the eyes of someone who's struggling to breathe, who's struggling to, get well. They want to be home with their family.
Even though the vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer could turn the tide, they won't be injected into the arms of most Americans for several months. Frontline workers, first responders, and the most vulnerable are first in line. Reality setting in that the rollout isn't happening as expeditiously as expected.
Immunizations of shots in arm is happening is slower than we thought it would be.
And now fears and warnings from medical professionals on what's in store after people gather for the holidays.
It's going to be pretty tough for hospitals and for people if we continue to see more infections.
And the CDC is projecting more than 400,000 American lives lost from the virus by mid-January. And from the health emergency to the financial crisis, if President Donald Trump does not sign the stimulus deal into law, it could be back to the drawing board for lawmakers who spent nearly 8 months negotiating this deal that the president is threatening to kill. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News in Washington.
For many, the night before Christmas is a time of celebration and worship, and that's what went on at churches of the Archdiocese. The San Fernando Cathedral is offering 9 masses for Christmas. That's up from their usual 5, and with permission from the Pope Francis, services even started as early as noon today. Face masks and social distancing were enforced, along with all the churches sanitizing after each mass.
All right.
Yeah, it's getting cold outside too. We're seeing temperatures fall already into the 30s around San Antonio and especially up into the hill country. 36 in Helotes, 39 at Bernie Stage Airfield, already freezing in Tarpley, 36 in Bandera and 34 in Kerrville. 41 still here in San Antonio, but by tomorrow morning we will likely be right at freezing. So we've got a lot to unpack in the forecast. Something I'm excited about. Tracking Santa tonight. I'm going to have a look at where he is, and then we'll talk about the cold start tomorrow and just how cold it'll be around San Antonio and how beautiful it'll be for Christmas Day itself. And then finally, we've got really promising rain chances that I'll talk about in the days to come. Devin?
All right, Sarah, thank you. Still ahead, how one local organization took the phrase sleep in heavenly peace literally with their latest donation.
Plus, why we have a misprint in a local newspaper to thank for NORAD's tradition of tracking Santa Claus.
This SA Salutes holiday greeting is brought to you by Gomez Law Firm.
Hi, my name's Jose Rios. This is my wife Tara and our son Robin. And on behalf of the Gomez Law Firm, we'd like to thank everyone fighting overseas, all first responders, and all the frontline workers. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
An area nonprofit is making sure that San Antonio kids have a place to sleep tonight as they wait for Santa.
When you look at large cities like San Antonio, 2 to 3% of the population represent kids who don't have adequate bedding.
Earlier today, the San Antonio chapter of the nonprofit Sleep in Heavenly Peace, along with a handful of volunteers, delivered more than 100 beds and Christmas stockings to underprivileged children in San Antonio. Members with the nonprofit say that they want to help those who are less fortunate and that everyone deserves a good night's rest.
And Santa's sleigh is in the sky, and thanks to the help of NORAD, you're able to track Santa's journey all night. But how did this tradition begin? Thanks to a misprint phone number in a local newspaper in 1955, kids called the NORAD call center asking for Santa's whereabouts. NORAD decided to use their satellites and radars to track the journey, and the rest is history. Volunteers who answer the calls nowadays say they enjoy it.
Actually, we do. So it's a lot of fun. So you volunteer, and you can go into the call center out in Colorado Springs. I did it when I was stationed out there with my family, and you take phone calls from people around the world. And it's really interesting because you would think it's just kids asking where Santa is, but it's become a family tradition.
This year, Santa is decked out with a mask. The call center gets on average 130,000 calls.
And Santa is also making sure that babies at the NICU are safe this year. Instead of showering them with his presents, he dropped off some presents. Take a look. These are just a few of the babies who reside at the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Staff today had the pleasure of dressing these adorable babies up in Christmas decor. They say even in 2020, they never want families to miss out on making these special memories. How cute is that?
I loved the baby there with the Clark Griswold stocking on. That was so precious.
You know,
stocking stuff.
Going back to Santa Claus being decked out with his mask, look, he's not only protecting himself from COVID-19, he's protecting them lips from getting ashy. That's what I think. Like, seriously.
Sure thing, Jeff. That's awesome. All right, but we were talking about Santa and where he's at right now. Here he is. He is currently was last seen in Ontario, Canada, and he has dropped off 5.7 billion presents, and he is on his way to the US of A. Look, there he is wearing that mask, as you can see, and social distancing. You know, it's only him and 8 reindeer. I'm pretty sure reindeer can't get COVID, so there you go. Well, outside, a beautiful, beautiful sunset earlier, and you could even see here Saturn and Jupiter setting as well. They're still close. It's past the peak conjunction where they're the closest they've been in 600 years, but you can still see it right after sunset. We will have a few more clouds, though, out there tomorrow night. High temperature today was 58 degrees after a cold start in the mid-30s, but believe it or not, we're going to be colder tomorrow to start off Christmas Day. And then this is the impressive fact of the day. The maximum wind gust shortly after midnight was 46 miles per hour. I'm sure you heard some of those wind gusts late last night in the overnight hours. All of that was because a cold front that moved through, and it made us go from being warm and sticky yesterday to cold today, and temperatures are falling as we speak. It's 41 degrees here in San Antonio, already freezing in Fredericksburg, 34 in Kerrville, 39 in Rock Springs, and 39 in Hondo. Temperatures are probably going to drop at least 10 degrees from where they are right now by the start of the day tomorrow. We have dry air to thank for that. The air outside is very dry, chapstick dry, bone dry, desert air out there, and that's going to stick with us over the next couple of days. The winds have calmed, but only a wind from the west at about 5 miles per hour right now in San Antonio. And so as we start Christmas morning tomorrow, this is what the picture is going to look like. A light freeze around San Antonio, 31 degrees for the morning low, 31 in Pleasanton, 30 in New Braunfels, but a hard freeze up in the hill country, 25 in Rock Springs, 26 in Kerrville, 25 in Fredericksburg. Your Christmas day looks so good. There have been Christmases past where we've been at 80 plus degrees, even a record of 90 degrees on Christmas Day. So it's nice to see us only getting up into the 60s. 61 at noon, 66 for that afternoon high. Of course, after that cold start to the day, west winds at 5 to 10, and then it'll be chilly in the evening with, again, a little bit more cloud cover than what we're seeing right now. Massive storm system out to the east. I mean, look at all the snowfall across parts of Ohio and West Virginia. There's even a tornado watch for parts of the Carolinas, a lot of rainfall for New England. This is all because of an upper level low pressure system that's heading out to the east, but we're going to have our turn at some rain fairly soon here. The weekend will be quiet, but another upper level low is going to set itself up to a pretty ideal position for us to see some of the best rain chances we've seen in a long time. We could even see some storms here in San Antonio on Tuesday. For now, the chance for rain is going to be about 40% on Tuesday. That's scattered. And again, the weather will be quiet throughout the weekend. We're going to see some fog on Sunday, and then I really do want that rain chance on Tuesday. We need the rain. New Year's Eve looks good, a high temperature near 64.
All right. I like that. I like that weather forecast.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on to sports. Unfortunately, Greg, UTSA coach out.
You've got to feel for Jeff Traylor. He's done such a great job in his first year with UTSA, and now he cannot reap the benefits of what such hard work he and his team has put in. When we come back, why Jeff Traylor will not be able to be on the sidelines for their second bowl game in school history this weekend. And the reviews are in, and they're good for DeJounte. UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor got the bad news on this Christmas Eve. He is out for the Roadrunners' only second bowl game in team history this Saturday. They're testing positive for COVID-19 for the second time this afternoon. Traylor, who had guided his team to a 7-4 regular season and a 5-2 in conference play in USA, was set to coach in the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl game against number 16 Louisiana this Saturday in Dallas in just his first season as the Roadrunners head football coach. Instead, he was informed on Wednesday they had tested positive for the coronavirus, and then again today, shattering any chance he could be with his team for this important moment. Instead, he is self-isolating and is following the guidelines set by the university medical staff, state and local health officials, the school said in a statement released this afternoon. As a result, associate head coach and offensive coordinator Barry Lunney will be the acting head coach Saturday afternoon in Dallas. How has this impacted the players?
We got a resilient bunch, and they've been through a lot. And so, yesterday you could certainly see it. I mean, initially that was a pretty big blow to them, and you could see it hurt them as well. And that's when you know you've got a culture that cares about each other when you see those types of reactions. And then it's happened so quickly. But today we bounced back.
Roadrunners running back Sincere McCormick is now one of 5 finalists for the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award. Is given out to the top offensive player in Division I football. Former Judson High School athlete now joins Texas A&M's and San Antonio's own Kellen Mond as the 2 of the 5 finalists. McCormick has also been named as a Conference USA Offensive Player of the Year and Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine's Texas College Player of the Year. It's after he ran for a school record 1,345 yards, 11 touchdowns in 10 games, ranking 2nd overall in the FBS. Here's the matchup for UTSA coming up this Saturday against Louisiana. You can see that game live right here on KSAT 12 Saturday at 2:30. When the Texas Longhorns make their second straight appearance and their fifth overall in the Valero Alamo Bowl against Colorado this coming Tuesday, many of us thought it would be our last chance to catch Sam Ehlinger as a starting quarterback in college football. Not so fast. You see, Ehlinger, like all seniors this year, have the option to play one more season thanks to an NCAA waiver due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Tom Herman told us on Tuesday this game would be bittersweet for him, watching seniors like Sam play in their last game. Ehlinger now is not so sure about that.
No senior's really been in this position to where they've been granted an extra year of eligibility. And also, just because both options are incredible options, you know, it's not like there's one clear cut what's best for you and what's best for the rest of my life. There's positives to each. So it's a very unique situation, but I'm just blessed to be in a situation where there's two really positive events that could occur.
All right, and here is the matchup on Tuesday, Texas against Colorado, 8 p.m., live nationwide. The Taft Raiders opened the third round of the high school football playoffs today when they faced off against Hayes in Buda, one of the three Northside schools to make it this far in the postseason. Hayes will get on the board first. First and 10 on the 17-yard line. Durant Hill fires this to left, and it's Brian Lewis for the easy score. 7-0 Hayes. Taft responds immediately on the next drive. Senior Diego Martinez gets a handout, gets through traffic somehow, off to the races. 47-yard touchdown. It was tied 34 at halftime, but Hayes would go on in the second half to win it 62-41. The Canyon Cougars hosting Cedar Park at New Braunfels today. Class 5A playoffs. Third quarter, Cedar Park up 27-9. Cougars quarterback Dallas Gomez throws quickly to Micah Williford on the sideline. Looks like he's going down, but he gets away from three would-be tacklers off down the sideline. 85-yard catch and run for the touchdown. The extra point is good. That's as close as Canyon would get. Cedar Park wins it 27-16. The Spurs are off to a hot start next. Everyone is talking about how the Spurs were able to beat the Grizzlies in Memphis in their season opener. Everyone got involved. 7 players in double figures. 3 of those scored 20 or more points, led by DeMar DeRozan to finish at 28 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Just 1 rebound and 1 assist shy of a triple-double. LaMarcus Aldridge threw down 20 points in his first NBA regular season game since last March. But everyone was talking about DeJounte Murray's performance at point guard. He finished at 21 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, but he also had 2 steals in the 131-119 rout.
He came out tonight, played extremely hard, was aggressive, picked and chose his spots as well. Fine guy, rebounded the ball extremely well. Came up with some big plays defensively as well.
He helped me get going. You know, he got me those 2 mid-range shots that kind of led to me finding my rhythm. So I just think he's grown a lot, you know, as a leader and, you know, just knowing his teammates. And then I think, you know, his game has also grown with it. So, you know, that's why he got a good night tonight.
Got the first road win underway. Maybe you're going to get the first home win, we hope, against Toronto. Saturday at 7:30. No fans allowed at that game. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to both of you and to all of our viewers out there. To Sarah, too, sitting over there.
All right. Thank you, Greg. You got it.
Stay with us.
We know that 2020 has been a challenging year for many, but tonight, from my family to yours, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas as we end the show.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.